Hi there, my name is Michael Clark, and this is my presentation on adaptive learning systems for Capella University. Welcome everyone, this is Mr. Clark, and you're at my TED Talk Live in Orlando, Florida. And today's topic is all about adaptive learning systems, and we're going to be taking a look from an educator's perspective. I'm your presenter, Mr. Clark. I am currently teaching in Southwestern Middle School in DeLand, Florida, for Volusia County Schools. I am a 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teacher, and I'm all about STEM learning and hands-on learning in the classroom. I'm also the CTE program assistant for our district. A little bit of background about our school. We're currently a Title I school. We have a lot of students with free and reduced lunch, and our demographics break down to 47% white, 24.7% Black, 21.8% Hispanic, and other at 6.3%. This is a checklist I created, and I like to use this in my educational setting for any new software or application that I'm using for my school or classroom. And you can use this too. You can download it at your own convenience, and it's a good little checklist to have so that you can see if that software or application is meeting your educational settings instructional needs, and it's user-friendly for the instructor and the students, and it allows for modification of the content and fits into any budget restraints that your school or district may have, and that the data that's generated from the program accurately articulates what you need to know about your students, and it also allows for teacher intervention. The example I'll be talking about today is ALEKS, and this is an assessment-driven adaptive learning software. This is their K-12 edition, and on their website it says that ALEKS is an adaptive online math program that uses artificial intelligence and open response questioning to identify precisely what each student knows and does not know. And this is done through individualized learning and assessment and a personalized learning path for each student and the topics that is selected. So that's their version of it from their website. And actually implementing it in your own classroom looks a little like this. So this is coming from my second period Algebra 1 students. And this is based on our current standing with our district. They are only allowing a certain number of licenses per school, and so our school only has about 400 licenses for the whole school out of over 800 students. So not all students have access to this currently at our school, which should be changed. But again, this is due to budgetary restrictions. But anyway, in the ALEKS program, it gives you a lot of data, and it can give you overall statistics for your class, and it can even break it down by every little standard, depending on what you want to look at. At first, for the instructor, it might be a little overwhelming, so don't get scared by all the little checkboxes for reporting. Once you get the hang of it and figure out what you use most often, it gets a little less daunting. But out of 82 standards for the on average for the 21 students, when they first were assessed, they only knew about 2.7 standards out of the 82, and then after about a semester of using this program, they are now currently at about 25.7 out of the 82 standards mastered, which is pretty good increase for only one semester of using this program. The data that it gathers can be formed in this pie format, and you can actually click on each piece of that, and it gives you a breakdown. So, for example, I'm going to click on this one right here, finding side lengths of rectangles given one dimension in the area or a perimeter. And it gives me the stats for my students, and it also gives you an example problem right here. And if you're not quite sure, you forgot yourself as the instructor, it has a detailed explanation if you click on explanation of how to do that problem. And it also gives you the correct answer so that you can go over that with your students that are having issues with it. And if you're not sure what those issues are, you can have this pretty cool view also of your overall highest and lowest performing students. So those are the ones that you can send direct messages, or you can work and pull them in small groups and work together with your lowest to try and get them back up. And then for your highest, you can actually assign them additional enrichment activities or different outside projects so they can dig deeper into the content that they already know. This is applying my checklist that I had, and this program actually meets most of the checks, and it does actually work from my setting because it is fitting the needs of my students and getting their mastery in the standards up to where they need to be so that they are ready for the end of course exam at the end of the year. It is user friendly for the instructor for the most part. At the beginning, again, there is a steep learning curve, but once you get the hang of it, it is pretty user friendly and it can help you get specific information that you need about your students. For the students, though, they are not too excited with the platform. They say that it's kind of outdated, maybe because they're into more social media style layout, like Edmodo or something. But they also said that they had difficulty using it at home on a cell phone device, and we use big 22-inch flat screen monitors in our classroom. But they said on the smaller devices they have limited functionality with some of the materials. So that would be something to consider with your students, and if they have access to adequate devices outside of your classroom. And again, talking about the budget, they only assign a certain amount of licenses for our school site. So you might want to check with your school or district to see what their budget is for these type of software programs in your school or district. But the data generated is actually really specific, and you can break it down to every single standard if you want to, or you can get the overall stats like I showed you earlier. It does allow for some teacher intervention. Again, as you look at the data, you can see where you need to pull small groups, or if you need to dig deeper into some of those concepts for the students that are at the high mastery percentage rates. But overall, I would highly recommend this program if you have the money for it. And let's continue the conversation online at TigerSim386. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk, and I will catch you at the next one.